Ah, young lady. I'm so pleased to see you've decided to join us here. Please, make yourself at home and feel welcome. The Acolytes of the Reaper are glad to have you here to celebrate with us and await your time of passage to the Promised Land. Follow me and have a seat. You're just in time to hear the daily affirmation.
Brothers and sisters, as another sun sets, we seek comfort in the knowledge that we are all one day closer to the Promised Land. Although no members of our flock have taken the great journey today, tomorrow still awaits. Always remember that no matter how terrible things may seem for us here, the Promised Land will heal all our pain and suffering. We are all here, born into this struggle, to come so far and end up returning to dust. Now let us join together in a moment of silence to honor the Reaper and pray for a visit from him soon. Let the music and celebration begin. May death come swiftly for us all.
Boom, nuclear strike. Alright, do I just go left to right across the room, maybe?
What is she doing in here? She's just a little girl.
I'm ready to die.
She looks haunted by something.
Probably because she's the other person who's seen the Reaper before.
He looks right at home in here.
Yeah, everyone's got the same creepy hats.
He's just sitting around minding his own business. That's a catchy tune they're playing. I wonder if playing dress up as statues is considered sacrilegious.
That looks reminiscent of the Reaper we saw, though.
Seems to go somewhere deeper in the cathedral. That's a catchy tune. Hello there.
Hi,
What's your name, kiddo?
Maggie. What's yours?
I'm Amy. How old are you, Maggie?
7.
That's kinda young to be in a place like this.
Mommy brought me here. She's been coughing and tried to get better. Then I started coughing too. She says that if I pray to the Reaper, I won't hurt anymore.
When did you start living here with the other the other worshippers?
About 2 weeks ago, after Daddy died. Mommy and I were really sad, but one day she went out to the market, and when she came back, she said she'd found a way for us to be with him again. So we came here and met all these nice people. Sometimes I still feel sad, but they help me feel happy again.
Have a good day.
May the Reaper take you!
Well, there's some darkness. She very likely has no idea what she's saying, but she's praying to a death god, basically, as she slowly dies to a disease she doesn't understand.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Yes, but I had some questions for you.
I'll be happy to answer them.
So, what is it you do in here?
We wait for our appointed times, when the Reaper will appear to us and guide us through the ether to the Promised Land. Every one of us has an expiration date, if you will. We gather here and hope that ours will be this very day. When one of us does pass on, we celebrate them and ask the Reaper to consider us for the next journey. In the meantime, we enjoy each other's company and express our adoration for the Reaper and his grim task.
Is there a reason everyone wears a top hat?
As a sign of reverence and respect, our leader has described the figure of the Reaper to us many times. He wears a tall black hat and long robes. You must have noticed the symbol we have adopted to represent him incorporates the image of the hat.
I did notice that, yes.
By wearing these hats, we feel a closeness, a kinship with him.
How come Jess doesn't wear one?
She chooses not to. Her reasons are her own.
Can anyone join your group if they want to?
Yes. Anyone who is prepared to face and accept the inevitable is welcome to join us.
How do you know when people are ready?
The sincerity of wanting to die can't be easily faked. When I first spoke with you, you clearly weren't ready. It was easy to tell when you were.
Isn't it possible to misjudge?
Of course. But most people who aren't truly ready to die don't normally stay in the flock for very long. It has happened before, and it's a pity to lose them, but hopefully they will return someday.
What brought you into the flock?
I was looking for solace. Last year, I lost my entire family to green lung. I was devastated. And one day, I was walking through the market district and, like you, happened to speak to a fellow acolyte. She told me about the Reaper, how we shouldn't fear death, and my eyes were opened. Rather than mourn my family, I should be happy for them. After all, isn't there no better reward than to be taken from this miserable world to someplace better? They have known the Reaper and seen his benevolence. All I can do is hope for the same. My former life has no meaning. My future lies in the next world, and the Reaper will take me there when the time comes, so I may be with my loved ones again. Does that answer your question?
Yes, I think it does.
I think you will find that many of my brothers and sisters joined for similar reasons.
I'll speak to you later.
I look forward to it.
It's definitely a little hard to argue with. We all like to think that we'd rise above it, but in a society like this where everything's in squalor and everyone's dying of plague and there's very little hope of anything ever getting better, you can kind of see why there might be people who would just sort of worship the end and hope that the next life is better.
That does not look good.
Sometimes that's what gets people to get through their prison sentences and stuff like that. When it feels like their life is ruined, they stick it out because they are going to a higher power.
They've drawn their sign for the Reaper on it. Nice. I wonder if it's made from uranium glass. Excuse me?
Yes?
We probably should avoid saying cult, right?
How come you don't wear a hat like everyone else?
I have my own reasons, and they're personal. Please don't be offended if I choose not to share them.
Not at all. I was just curious. So, why is there a plane sticking out of this church?
The story goes that on the day the world ended, there was an airplane flying overhead that got caught in the blast. It ended up crashing into this cathedral, killing all those on board as well as everyone inside the building.
That's awful.
Is it? They were spared the misery of the world after the catastrophe. I rather envy them, to be honest.
Are you the leader of the Reaper cult?
Indeed. My name is Jess. Welcome. I'd prefer it if you didn't use such a pejorative word to describe us, though. We're the Acolytes of the Reaper. Please address us by that name, if you would.
Of course. I'm sorry. My name is Amy, by the way.
A pleasure, Amy. May you find the peace you seek here.
Can you tell me about the Reaper?
Of course. Was there anything in particular you wanted to know?
What does the Reaper do?
He removes us from the misery of this life and takes us beyond.
How?
His legion of ravens patrols the skies and searches for the sick and dying. They appear to those who are near death and summon him.
Ravens?
Yes, ravens with red eyes that refuse to sing. If you see one, it means he is near.
I've seen quite a few of them, actually.
Then consider yourself lucky, Amy. You are not long for this world.
Foreboding for a number of reasons. Guess what? You're so dead. Is that thing glistening because of how spiky it is? Let's look at it. Yep, that's glistening.
Who is he?
He is our savior, the shepherd, the psychopomp. He is the one who would lead us to the promised land, the life beyond.
Heaven?
It has many names. Heaven, paradise, nirvana, the promised land. But though the names vary, the concept remains the same.
Can you be sure it will be better? Or that there even is a promised land?
Even if what lies beyond death is nothing but oblivion, it would still be better than this world.
I suppose so. What's your reason for worshipping him?
I was once a non-believer, but I had an experience many years ago that changed everything.
What happened?
I saw him, and I lived. At first I didn't know why, but in time I came to understand. I was chosen. It became my duty to spread his word. Death is coming for us all. We must embrace it rather than fear it.
Does that mean you're a suicide cult?
I asked you not to use that word.
Right, sorry.
And no, we are not. To die by our own hands would disrupt the Reaper's pattern. We all have our allotted times, and expediting those would anger him. So we wait and comfort each other in our last days.
Do you know where I can find the Reaper?
Your time will come. Just be patient.
No, you don't understand. I've already seen him. I need to find him again.
You've seen him?
Yes, a few weeks ago.
Did he speak to you?
He did. He said he was going to ease my pain.
And yet, here you are.
When I saw him, I was fighting for my life. It took me 3 weeks just to stand again. I didn't want to die. Now, I don't know. I just want to see my friends and family again.
I'm sorry you've been through so much. You need to find out why you were robbed of your passage to the Promised Land. You need to have the vision.
The what?
It's a ritual we have for those who seek communion with the Reaper. It will allow you to speak to him and ask whatever questions you want. Go through that door there. It will lead you to a courtyard. Sit on the bench. Underneath it, you will find a decanter. Drink from it. You will soon go into a deep trance. If you are lucky, he will come to you.
That's all I wanted to know about the Reaper for now.
Very well.
Have a good day.
May death come to you swiftly, fellow seeker.
We're gonna go have a nightmare vision. Okay. A little unexpected.
She looks lost in thought.
Can I talk to her?
Hi there. I'm Amy. I'm new here.
I thought so. Welcome into the Reaper's embrace, Amy. I'm Ellie.
Oh, fully voiced and faced character. That's a little bit of a surprise.
What brought you to join the Acolytes?
When my family found out I had green lung, they kicked me out. I wasn't angry at them, but I felt so alone. I hated the idea of dying with so many things left unfinished. But then Jess found me and took me in. She told me the word of the Reaper. I was so happy to learn that I could find a better life after death, that this was only one step in a larger plan. It's so much better to die happy and among friends than alone with no guidance.
Have you seen your family again?
My mother saw me preaching in the market once and ran away. They don't understand, but it's their choice not to. I have all the family I need here.
Yeah, if someone's doomed to die, it's hard to argue with them finding a place to belong. And who cares about the justification at some point?
Have you had a chance to speak with the Reaper?
I haven't had the vision yet, no. My time will come.
I'm going to go now. We'll talk later.
Have a blessed day. May death come for you swiftly.
So does the random old man also get conversation?
Hi there. I'm Amy.
Reaper bless our meeting. I'm Norman.
Pleasure. So, what made you decide to follow the Reaper?
Well, as you probably noticed, I'm no spring chicken. I lost my wife on Blast Day. My children both died of green lung this year.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Why would you say that? There was much suffering in their lives. Yes, I was sad that they left this world so early. But the Reaper tells us true. There is a better world beyond this one. To grieve for them when they are in the Promised Land, it makes no sense.
Have you experienced the vision?
Indeed. I'd rather not discuss our conversation, but we had good words for one another.
I'll see you later, Norman.
May death come for you swiftly, Amy.
So there are some other acolytes here that have had the vision.
What can I help you with?
Have you experienced the vision?
I attempted to, yes, but the Reaper did not see fit to grace me with his presence. Admittedly, I was a bit disappointed, but I plan to try again soon. I know he will speak to me when the time is right.
I'll speak to you later.
I look forward to it.
Okay, well, without much further ado, let's go confront death. Yay! There's the decanter. This place is nice. In a, last gasp of life sort of way.
It's pretty, but also kind of scary.
That's more or less what I went for, but different words.
Nice. I bet it was even prettier when it was operational. I wonder if that's someone's grave.
It would be oddly placed if it wasn't.
Looks comfortable enough. A decanter of liquid underneath the bench. Well, that's not suspicious at all.
I mean, we know why it's there. Don't be silly.
I'm so glad Gus and Pop aren't here to see this. Ew.
Were you supposed to drink all of it? Uh-oh. Instructions unclear.
Oh, my head is swimming. What was in that decanter?
Amy.
That sounded like Clem?
You've sure had a hell of a time, huh, Amy? How are you holding up? You know what you have to do now, right?
I don't know. I'm just ready to give up.
Don't do that just yet. I can help you. Follow me.
There is not enough LSD in the world.
I know that face from somewhere.
Oh, it's Gas Mask Man. Our torturer.
I really hope that goes back to the cathedral. It's just hanging there. How is that even possible? It looks a long way down.
Geronimo? Now you're really tripping.
Why are we here, Clem? I thought the whole point of this was to talk to the Reaper.
You've got some jumbled thoughts going around your head. You need to get those sorted out.
How am I supposed to do that?
There's some folks who will help you with that.
Hey, Amy.
Denby.
Hello again, Wellard.
Oh, God, not you again.
Hey, kiddo.
Dad.
Each of them is here to help you put your thoughts together. I'll just leave you to it. See you soon, Amy.
All right, we are now going to lose our minds.
It's good to see him back to normal. Dad looks so healthy. Why did he have to show up again?
I mean, obviously we gotta talk to Dad first, right? She's gotta be really losing her mind about that.
Dad, it's great to see you again.
Great to see you too, kiddo. How have you been?
I've been better. How come you never told me you were a rebel?
Becoming a rebel was my choice to make. I wanted you to live as carefree as possible. The less you knew, the more time you could spend playing with your friends. Being a kid.
I think I understand.
Now come on, we've got work to do.
Oh, we're working on the car.
Right, let's get back to work. It's been way too long.
It's running normally.
Yes, normal.
It looks like the one in the market district. No speed limit? That sounds amazing.
Yeah, let's fix it up and go down the road, although it's facing this way, which is not great.
It's so close to being done, and yet so far. It's so close to... Dad looks so healthy. Okay, let's get to work.
Ah, crap, I completely forgot. Gordon brought that fan in before. Said it was giving him trouble.
I'll take care of it. Shouldn't be more than a couple minutes.
That's my girl.
It's not even plugged in right now.
Hey, the old girl's looking almost finished. You've done a great job restoring her, kiddo.
Thanks. It hasn't been easy.
We sure had some great times working on her, didn't we?
So these characters must all represent these three characters must represent her regrets, her loose ends, things that tie her to the world.
Let's see here. There, kid stuff.
Good going, kiddo. Now we can focus on the car.
Is she magic?
Right. Now we can get started.
Well, wouldn't you just know it? If it's not one thing, it's another. Nelson's pump was always giving me problems.
I'll take care of it.
We're going after the same way that things are working in real life, where no matter all she wanted to do was work on her car, and so many things kept distracting and causing her problems.
Right. This shouldn't take too long. Done. No sweat.
Nice one. Finally, we can get started. Have you been able to find the missing parts?
Daddy, I'm so sorry. I wanted to finish fixing it. I wanted to have something to remember you by. But I've been so busy running the shop, and then I got sick, and I don't think I'm going to live long enough to be able to do it.
Hey, now, none of that. It's all right. You've been dealt a horrible hand, worse than most, and you've been so strong through it all. An old car isn't worth your life, kiddo.
I just feel like I'm failing you. I'm so sorry.
Failing me? Amelia Grace Wellard, you stop that nonsense right now. You've already done more with the rebels than I ever did. It's gonna change the world. You've got too much left to live for. Too many people depend on you. You can't give up here.
Okay, I know you're right. I think I just needed to hear someone say it. Thank you, Daddy.
I'm your dad. It's what I do.
It was great seeing you again. I love you.
Love you too, sweetheart.
Very good, Amy. Now jump.
So these visions are about to convince us to not kill ourselves.
Denby, I'm so sorry. I wish I got to you in time. You didn't deserve this.
Hey, don't apologize. It's not your fault. There's something I need to show you. Come with me.
What's going on?
You know how you've been seeing all those ravens?
Yes, something has been bothering me about them.
So think about it. What exactly is it about them that's bothering you?
Some of them solve puzzles for me, that's pretty weird. Also, they have red glowing eyes, and they seem to stalk me.
It's just going around in circles.
Remind you of anyone?
Hey.
A raven with red eyes. This is like the one that helped me escape Rockwall. Hang on, I didn't realize just how crazy that sounds. How could a bird help someone escape from jail?
I don't know. Seems kind of weird to me, too.
Are the birds imaginary?
It's just a regular raven, like the ones I saw at Fripp Square and Pop's Farm. All they do is wait to eat things and make noise.
Sure, that's what ravens do, isn't it?
It doesn't make sense. The ravens I've been seeing with the red eyes, I've never seen another living thing with eyes that glow like that.
What sort of things have you seen that do?
Shards, electric lights, artificial things.
That's right.
So that means these ravens aren't real?
Makes sense to me.
But they fly, and they clearly understand commands.
Whoops.
Of course. They're mechanical. But if that's the case, who's controlling them?
Excellent question. You'll find an answer, I'm sure. You should head back. Don't forget what we talked about.
I won't. Goodbye, Denby. I miss you.
Miss you too, Amy. Take care of yourself.
These are important steps. So now we don't want to die now, and we're figuring out that apparently the ravens are mechanical. The implication seems to be like if they're obeying commands, they must be being controlled directly, like that plane. So that means someone's spying on us. Someone is controlling these ravens. And it wouldn't make sense for it to be the aristocracy, because they're clearly, like, it helped me kill a member of the aristocracy. So who's a level deeper? Is there another secret resistance group that we don't know about? Or is there someone who controls all of this that's like a whole higher level than we think? Or could it even be a rival's country of some kind?
I thought I killed you.
Indeed, and I almost killed you. Luckily for me, that moment lives on in your memory. Let's go revisit it, shall we? You know, I thought you were done for after our little disagreement. And then when the Reaper swooped in, pure poetry. What was it he said to you anyway? I'm dying to know.
He said he could ease my pain.
Oh, is that all?
No, he said something else, just as I was blacking out.
That's right, he did. What was it?
I can't remember.
Can't remember or don't want to remember. Mental blocks sure are problematic, aren't they?
The imagery here is really messing with me. I very much recommend looking up a short on YouTube called The Backwater Gospel, which very heavily uses what we're looking at right here, basically. All the way down to the ravens and the Reaper and everything involved, basically.
There's blood dripping from the end of it. I'm feeling a sense of deja vu.
Because we stabbed him with it.
Creepy looking thing. He's blocking my way. That's him. That's the Reaper. He's saying something to me, but what? A blade. Looks like the one on the end of the guard's rifle.
Yep, the bayonet that stabbed me and the needle that killed him.
I've looked better. You're in my way.
Yes, that's the nature of mental blocks. What are you going to do about it?
Needle, face. Good.
I'd rather not get too close. It looks dangerous. I can't get to him. This stupid guard is in the way.
Can I grab his bayonet?
Talking to myself isn't going to get me anywhere.
Not with that attitude.
You're in my...
Yeah.
He's...
Okay, so what do I do about that? Can I go anywhere else? Ooh, the syringe is floating in the air.
That looks awfully familiar.
Yes, it does.
I'm really sick of you.
Cool, we got to murder him twice. That's satisfying. This game is taking the strangest turns.
Relax. I've come to ease your pain. I'm a doctor.
Doctor?
Get everything sorted?
I think so, yes.
Great. Time to send you back.
Thanks for all your help, Clem. I'm sorry about...
Don't you worry about that, Amy. I went out helping the rebels. Couldn't have asked for much more than that. Now you get yourself back, and you do your part. I know everything will turn out fine.
Well, things are only getting crazier, so now... The Reaper's not even the Reaper. The Reaper is just a doctor that came and saved us, which is the most rational explanation in the world, so I don't think we're going to be staying with this cult after all.
That was intense, but I only have more questions. I've got to find the Reaper. Only he has the answers. Wait a minute. Where did you come from?
If these things are mechanical, seems like our interest in this character's backstory and what she's capable of is only going to become more relevant as we figure out what to do with the weird mechanical birds.
It's got a piece of paper in its beak.
Gimme.
Okay, you've obviously brought me something. Let's have it.
Lady Twiner Montgomery White. Painted over a period of about 6 weeks, White's portrait of Lord Reginald Twiner's daughter was his last major piece before turning to a career in medicine. Renowned for the expression in her face, White admitted that the lady's eyes concealed some secret. What that may be has been the subject of much speculation. One of the better-known modern portraits, it remains in the Twiner family private collection. So we have a place to check now. We need to go to the Twiner house, apparently, and try to find this painting. That'll give us something. Also, naturally, it's page 13, because of course it is. Alright, let's head back in. And out.
Welcome back. I hope you were successful in your communion with the Reaper.
Well, did you have the vision?
I did. It was certainly something.
Wonderful. I won't ask any more. Each person's vision is unique and private, but I hope it gave you the guidance you were seeking.
Oh, it did. Believe me. Have a good day.
May death come to you swiftly, fellow seeker.
Seems like that's the opposite of what's going to be happening, or at least the opposite of what we're going to be intending. Seems like we have every reason to want to get out of here, and not a lot of reason to die anymore.